Thank you. Thanks so much. It really means a lot to us tonight. This is the first listening by anybody in the entire world, and it's Sparks' 22nd album, and we chose to do it here, fittingly enough, because of the subject matter involved, and because of a proposal that was made to us about 8 months ago, where we were given a challenge, and we kind of like challenges, and a young woman at SR approached us and said Sparks should do a musical, and we didn't get cold feet just yet, but then there were a few restrictions made on us, saying that because of it being for Swedish radio, that it might be a good idea for us to find some subject matter that would incorporate the Swedish language in it as well. So then we said, no way. How are we going to do that? We know Volvo, we know IKEA, but we didn't think those would actually be appropriate subject matter for something that would be, we wanted to do something that was a bit more weighty. And so Ron came up with the idea to try to do a musical fantasy based on Ingmar Bergman coming to Hollywood and the lure and the temptation of him going there to see if there could be a mutually beneficial situation. And 8 months later, here we are. A couple of questions have been asked to us recently. Yes, it's Sparks' next album. It's coming out first in Sweden, and it should be out almost, maybe, somebody has a copy, so it's out. We're happy to hear. And there's 2 versions of it as well. Shortly, there's going to also be, it's already finished and everything, there's going to be an English language version as well, and with most of the same voices that you heard in their major roles, especially, we'll introduce some of the people in just a second, but especially our Ingmar Bergman character, who did an amazing job, we feel, and he's done the part also in English, so that'll be coming out shortly as well. And the other question that have been asked of us was, are you going to be doing it in some form live? Because we realized tonight was a really unique situation. It was a unique situation for you, and it was a unique situation for us to be sitting there in front of an audience and just listening to something that we literally finished probably about 3 weeks ago. So this was a real treat for us to do this. And to answer the question, yes, we're going to, now we have some time, we're going to, we've been thinking about it, just how we go about presenting it in a live form, but that's going to be the next thing. There'll be a live form in some way of this as well, and then we're ultimately hoping also that that it can be done as a film as well. So those are the 2 things up and coming in our world. And the whole project wouldn't have been possible without someone at SR, who I mentioned, that came to us and said she had faith in us to do a musical, and with those few restrictions that I mentioned, she and SR just gave us total freedom to do whatever we want, which was an amazing thing. And I wanted to first introduce her for just having so much faith in a Sparks musical, and she's from SR, Marie-Chantal. And why don't you come on? Marie was also was responsible in a way too. There was a lot of logistical issues with us being based in Los Angeles, the Swedish actors being based in Sweden, and how do you do it just logistically to put the whole thing together, and Marie was amazing in being able to take the material that we had written and to do the voices that are done in Swedish were all done here in Stockholm, and then we took those voices and then and worked with them in Los Angeles. So Marie was really instrumental in all the logistics of putting that together as well.